Welcome, everyone. This is Christy Rich. This is today's free webinar, and this is 5 things you need to know before you conceive. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and start my PowerPoint. So one moment, everyone. Let me share my screen. I'm going to go ahead and begin. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome again. This is 5 things you need to know before you conceive. So this is a webinar for moms to be. So if you are a mom to be, then you are in the right place. So welcome. All right. So if you are new to me, if you are not familiar with the work that I do, I want to do a little introduction first. So I am a holistic health expert, a healer, a researcher, a writer, and a speaker, and I advocate for women's health. So I have over 20 years experience as a researcher. It's probably closer to 25, and over 18 years in holistic health and wellness. So I empower women to overcome their chronic conditions and also to overcome trauma by using a holistic approach. My powerful energy work and also the sacred natural medicine from the earth. So I overcame my chronic health condition. I had a debilitating illness for 15 years. You may have heard me talk about my story, but it was a long and windy journey, and that is why I do the work that I do. So I want to empower you that if you have a chronic illness, if you have chronic conditions and you've tried for years, then I can help you. You've come to the right place. I can help you to heal naturally and to get to the root cause so you understand why it has occurred so that you can heal it quickly. I also have been doing some pretty exciting research since 2019. So I began, researching and writing my book series on holistic childbirth around the world. I am very, very passionate about this. This is going to be a 3-book series, and I will be, of course, sharing my expertise. So what is my research about? So my research for my book, I interviewed over 70 mothers and childbirth experts around the world, and that was for many years. I didn't think it was going to be for so long. I thought it was only going to be a year of research, but I did it from 2019 to 2022. And I read extensively. I read books. I did a lot of research online, medical journals. And so I'm going to be presenting my research to you in a non-medical way, in a way that you can relate to. And I will be sharing my expertise in holistic health and my expertise in holistic health and wellness. And my aim is to empower you. I'm all about empowering women. So, who is this webinar for today? So it's for ladies who wish to conceive in 2023. It doesn't matter if you've been trying for a while or if you just decided in this year that you want to be a mom after all. And it also doesn't matter if you're currently not with your romantic partner, if you're looking for your love, okay? This webinar is for proactive women who wish to conceive naturally and who are interested in holistic health, which is the mind, body, and spirit, and getting to the root cause. So I will just be personal here as well. I actually am not with my romantic someone yet, but I will be going through the steps in the course with you in order to prepare myself. Okay? So what is holistic health and wellness? So holistic health and wellness, like I described a little bit, is understanding that for every chronic condition, there is a root cause. Okay, so doctors may say, oh, well, this is the name of it, this is this diagnosis, but we don't understand. We don't understand why this happens. It's random, it's genetic, and there's no cure. So unfortunately, a lot of people believe this, and they believe they have a chronic condition and there's no cure, then they can't do anything to improve it. Okay, maybe they can take medication, but a lot of people just kind of give up and say, I'm going to have this for the rest of my life, or I'm going to be on medication for the rest of my life. So today, I just want to educate you that once you have identified the root cause, once you understand why it happened, okay, maybe understanding what organ or organs are imbalanced, then you can heal it naturally if you take into account the mind, body, and spirit. And then you can heal it naturally through natural remedies, which is one of my expertise. Okay. So this is the title of today's webinar, 5 Things You Should Know Before You Conceive. Okay, so I'm going to go one by one what they are. And of course, at the end, if you have any questions, please let me know. But this, again, is based on my research for my book series. And this, I believe, is information that is not commonly shared. It's not commonly discussed. And I believe it's very, very important that you know before you try to conceive. Okay? So very, very important. So number 1, you should take time to prepare emotionally, physically, and spiritually before conception. Okay, this is very, very important. And this is something that in the past, women have not done. A lot of women say, okay, once you are married, then it doesn't really matter when you become pregnant and just let it happen. Whenever it happens, and that was the right time. But what I have found through my research, interviewing over 70 moms around the world, is that a lot of them were not prepared emotionally for it. Sure, they were excited about being a mom. Sure, they'd always wanted to be a mom, but they weren't really emotionally prepared for how their life would change. They hadn't really thought about it, right? And maybe they hadn't prepared physically. Okay, maybe they hadn't taken the time to say, okay, I need to exercise. I need to overcome this chronic condition. I need to connect with my spirituality. Right now, I feel like I have got to do everything on my own. I'm a caregiver for my parents. I've got a dog. I'm a busy woman who is ambitious in her career. So it is a lot for us to take on if we are not connected to our spirituality. So number 1 is I want you to prepare emotionally, physically, and spiritually before conception. Okay, so again, take some notes. I think this is really good information. You can share the information with other ladies later. And number 2, you and your partner's current health contributes to the health of your child. Okay, so it's important for both of you to improve your health prior to conception for the baby's health. This is very, very important to absorb and understand. So, unfortunately, a lot of people believe, based on what they've heard, that there's really nothing you can do. If you have a health history, if cancer runs in your family, if neurological illnesses are in your family or heart conditions, you just have to accept that probably your child or children will develop that at some point in their life. But this is not true. So even though they may have the potential to develop these conditions, it doesn't mean they will if you improve your health before conceiving. Okay? Emphasis on before conceiving, because if you try to improve your health during pregnancy, you already have the baby inside, right? So the baby already has the health that you and your partner had at the time of conception. Okay, so it's very important for us to understand about what Dr. Bruce Lipton writes about. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He is a fabulous scientist, and he talks about epigenetics. Okay, so what is epigenetics? So epigenetics was groundbreaking. I think he was the pioneer in epigenetics, and he basically proved through his research that it doesn't matter what your history was as far as your parents and your grandparents based on their health conditions, their illnesses that they had. It depends on what you do in your current environment. So that means that depends on what you eat. Okay. Do you eat well? Do you eat junk food? Okay. It depends on, do you exercise? Are you happy? Are you living a happy lifestyle where you're excited to get out of bed every day? Or are you stressed out and overworked and burnt out? Right? All of that contributes to your health and wellness or to disease. So this is very empowering. So this shows you that you can improve your health, you can overcome your chronic conditions, and your partner can overcome their chronic conditions, and that can help you and that can help your child too. So your child will be as healthy as possible and hopefully not develop those chronic conditions too. Okay, so hopefully that empowers you. Number 3, if you improve your health before conception, you will reduce your risk for complications at birth. This is huge. A lot of women do not know this. Okay, this was proved through my research. So again, I'll read it again. If you improve your health before conception, you will reduce your risk for complications at birth. And this is huge. This is major. I know that there are a lot of illnesses that happen only in pregnancy. There's a lot of illnesses that only happen during postpartum. So you can improve your health during pregnancy and postpartum, but also you can reduce the risk of having complications at birth. And who wants to have complications at birth? You don't. No one does. Okay? And a lot of people believe that complications occur only because of the decisions that are made at birth. Okay? And this is information that is spread. That is a myth. It's partly part of it, but it's not the complete picture. So again, what I teach is holistic health and wellness to understand the whole journey from the beginning. So sometimes the beginning will be, what did you do while you were pregnant? But a lot of it can be before conception. How was your health before conception? If you have not improved it, then your health can escalate in symptoms during pregnancy and then escalate during labor. Okay, so another incentive is to get as healthy as possible before conception so you don't have problems during labor. And number 4, many women are actually, this is also a misunderstanding, many women are actually not infertile or sterile. Okay, they're actually full of toxins and need to detox to conceive. So if you are here on this webinar because you have been trying, because you knew for a while that you wanted to be a mom and that you and your partner were ready, and you haven't been able to get pregnant yet, there's a highly great probability that it's because you have too many toxins in your body and you need to detox. And once you detox those chemicals out of your body, you will be able to conceive and you will be able to conceive naturally. Okay, this is another star asterisk. This is very, very important for women to believe because women who have tried for a while, you know, they hear from their doctors, oh, it should have already happened by now. So you may wish to consider IVF. Okay, doctors will not say to you, well, perhaps you need to detox. Most doctors, maybe if they're a holistic practitioner, but most doctors will not say you need to try to detox before you do IVF. Okay, and it can save you a lot of money. IVF is very expensive. And also it does a lot to women emotionally to think that there's something wrong with them, with their body. So unfortunately, a lot of blame goes to the woman. It's hardly ever the man who is told, okay, you haven't been working on, up-leveling your health, so that's why she hasn't been able to conceive. It's always the woman. If she's having miscarriages, it's always blamed on her and her health or her inability to conceive. But again, as I said, it takes 2 to conceive a baby. So the male, the man in the picture, is just as important for contributing the sperm as the woman with the egg. So it's very important for us to see what we can do to be proactive, and doing a detox is a great way to get the body back into balance. So if you're familiar with my story, I will go into that just briefly now. I did have a chronic illness for 15 years, and it's a very hard, long journey. I was struggling. I was lonely. I was full of questions. I wasn't getting better. It was very, very frustrating. And I didn't realize at the time that our world is full of toxins. Everywhere we go, in our home, there are toxins. If you go out, there are toxins. If you eat food, you're exposed to different chemicals that are harmful to the body. What we put on our skin, again, full of toxins, parabens, silicones, artificial colors and flavors, in food. I mean, the list goes on. Just everywhere around us, our environment is actually making us sick. And we may not realize it because we assume that our world should be as healthy as possible, and that people who are selling us products have our best interest at heart and are trying to improve our health and wellness, when in fact, unfortunately, oftentimes that's not the case, and they are just trying to make money. So tell your friends, it's very important, if they have not been able to conceive, that most likely they need to detox toxins out of their body. And it is very few women who are actually infertile or sterile, which means they have an inability to conceive no matter what. Okay. And that does mean even with IVF, they're unable to conceive. Okay. That's a very, very small percentage. Most times it is something that's out of balance in the body, either her body or his body, that needs to be remedied. Once it is, they can conceive. Okay. And number 5, very important. We can pass down unresolved trauma to our children. So it's important to heal that prior to conception. Okay. So this can be a little heavy one, but trauma is passed down. There is something called intergenerational trauma, which means the same trauma is passed down by generation and by generation. And it can be very heavy. It may feel like we're trapped in a cycle. There's nothing we can do. Okay. So for instance, there may be, I don't know, I'm just making up things. There may be toxic relationships. So maybe there was a marriage that was not healthy, that was toxic, and then they had children, and then the children saw their parents fighting. They saw it become domestic abuse. They saw it as emotional abuse. Okay, hopefully they did not experience physical abuse themselves, but maybe they did. And then what happens is they have problems in relationships, and they get involved with an unhealthy relationship later on, and the cycle continues. So unresolved trauma can be anything. It can be childhood abuse. It can be an accident. Maybe you had a really bad accident that caused PTSD for you. It can be anything that's unresolved. It can be big or little. It can be a trigger. Like I said, if you have an accident, all of a sudden, if you get into another accident, that can trigger something in you. And it can be intergenerational trauma that is passed down, that feels really heavy. Okay, like, why do we always have problems with money? Why do we always worry about that? So it's important to heal trauma before you conceive, so that is not passed down to your children. So this is something very similar to what I said earlier with about passing down your health. Even though you may not be aware of trauma, if you haven't been mindful about looking at your past and looking at the past of your parents and your grandparents, you will still be passing down this trauma, even if you're not aware of it. Okay. Or even if you think you have done the work. Okay. A lot of us have been mindful. We have been proactive, but still we feel like, oh, I just can't get over this part of my childhood, or I just can't get closure on this. I can't heal this. It keeps on happening. I see it happening with my brothers and sisters too. Okay. Then you need to be mindful and to heal that before you conceive, not once you get pregnant. Okay. So I see a lot of women, they say, okay, well, Again, whenever it happens, we'll just let the baby come. The baby comes, they become pregnant, and then they're like, oh, wait, I've got some issues with my mother. My mother and I don't get along, so I don't know how to be a mother. And then they realize they need to heal that, but already they're pregnant. They go to work with a therapist, but oftentimes they're not able to heal that. And again, that gets passed down. Okay, so those are the 5 things you need to know before you conceive. That was a lot of information. Again, if you have questions at the end, I will let you ask, but let me just go back one clip again so you have a recap. Number 1, you should take time to prepare emotionally, physically, and spiritually before conception. You and your partner's current health contributes to the health of your child. It's important for both of you to improve your health prior to conception for baby's health. Number 3, if you improve your health before conception, you will reduce your risks of possible complications at birth. And number 4, many women are actually not infertile or sterile. They're full of toxins, and once they detox, they are able to conceive. And number 5, we pass down unresolved trauma to our children, so it's important to heal that prior to conception. Okay, so now that you know what you need to know prior to conception, you're probably wondering, how do you improve these health conditions? How do you improve these health conditions that you've had for many years, maybe all of your life? Maybe you have been proactive. Maybe you have been going to the doctor. Okay, but you still can't overcome these chronic conditions. You don't want to pass it down to your children. So what do? Great question. Or you may be wondering, how do you detox? Okay, maybe you've tried a detox. Maybe you've heard of different detoxes. Maybe you've heard of detoxing being unhealthy or certain unhealthy ones to avoid. Which one should you do to prepare for conception? Great question. And lastly, you're probably wondering, how do you heal your trauma prior to conception, right? That's a really heavy one. I know a lot of people have been to therapists for years and still not able to overcome it. So how can you overcome your trauma prior to conception when you know you want to be a mom, when you know this is your time, when you feel like you're getting older and you need to prioritize this? How do you do it quickly so that you can be ready? Great questions. So I can tell you how you can do all of this because I have actually prepared something very special for all of you. So I have, for the first time ever, I'm offering a specific program based on my research in fertility with my book series, and also my expertise in holistic health and wellness for women. Okay, so this is my new program. I am launching it today, right now. It's called Detox for Joy, the Fertility Edition. Okay, you may have seen, if you have been following me, that last year I did create my first signature program called Detox for Joy, not the Fertility Edition, but just Detox for Joy. And that was to help women to overcome chronic conditions naturally and easily through my very specific step-by-step program. It is the program that I used to overcome my chronic condition in 1 month. Okay, so if you know my story, you know that finally, at the end of 15 years, okay, I was misdiagnosed for 15 years. Finally, at the end, I was given the reason, the understanding why I became sick for so long and couldn't overcome it. And it was heavy metal toxicity. I had the highest levels of heavy metals my doctor had ever seen, of both lead and mercury, off the charts. I had no idea how this happened to me, how I got this, but I basically came to the conclusion that our world is not as safe as we believe it to be. And so I was able to overcome my terrible, debilitating chronic illness in 1 month once I understood the root cause, and then I treated it 100% naturally. So in Detox for Joy, my program that I started last year, I did show women how they could do that, how they could overcome their chronic conditions. Didn't matter what it was, but still through detoxification, detoxing mind, body, and spirit, they could do it. And this year, I am very pleased and proud to present Detox for Joy, the Fertility Issue. Okay, so it starts February 15th. It's 8 weeks. It includes a live training with replays. So if you can't make it live, you can always check out the replays. You'll have lifetime access. And this will combine my program from last year and adding information about fertility based on my research. Okay, I am super proud of this program. I am super pleased. This is the very first time I've offered it, the first year. So hopefully you are interested. It goes on early bird right now through the end of the month. So until January 31st, you can go ahead now if you want to check out information on it. Just go to www.thedancingcurtain.com/detoxforjoy/fertility. Okay, www.thedancingcurtain.com/detoxforjoy/fertility. I will put that in the comments below if you're unable to look at it right now. Okay, so let's learn about the program. So again, this is to detox your mind, your body, and your spirit to prepare your body to conceive a child, your child. Okay, so I've created a very specific healing system. This is based on how I healed myself from my 15-year illness. And it includes information to help you with any chronic conditions you have. It will answer your questions. Okay, it's a group program, but you'll be able to ask questions on the lives. And also, I will have a private Facebook group where you can ask your questions in there as well. Okay, this program has a specific emphasis on fertility, unlike my other program. So I'm super excited to add that in. And again, live with me. So it's like working with me one-on-one, but in a group scenario so that you get the trainings and you also can have time to ask your questions. This time, since it's the very first time I'm offering this, I have included many exciting bonuses. So if you purchase this program, you will get access to guest teachers. You can learn about fertility massage, fertility yoga, Pilates, how to prepare for love mentally and physically, okay, if you're still looking for your certain someone, and how to restore your nervous system, okay? Amazing opportunity. What else does this program include? So, as I mentioned, you will learn my system to detox mind, body, and spirit. Most people who detox only detox the body. But as I say, when I'm working with my clients, if you only focus on the body and not on the spirit and not on the mind, you're only doing partial healing. You're only doing a third of the healing. So when you detox your mind, body, and spirit, then that is complete healing and you will see a transformation. Number 2, you will learn my system for joy. So I have a specific system to detox and I have a system for joy. So if you've been wanting more joy in your life, and who doesn't after these past 2 years, then definitely partake in the program for more joy. Okay, and it will mostly be trainings, but there also will be a group healing. Okay, so you will all receive my powerful energy work. I have been a healer for over 18 years, and I absolutely love the work that I do. I will balance you in the program to heal your heart chakra, to send yourself some love and compassion. Okay, a lot of you, many of you have been trying to conceive for a while, and that has been hard on your heart because you want this so bad. Some of you have been experiencing a lot of stress in the process, hearing conflicting things from people, you're confused. So we're going to send some warm healing to your heart chakra, and also I'll be sending healing to your womb. Okay, so if you have any reasons why you would like healing there, I will send healing there, but also your sacral chakra is your womb, and that again connects you to your joy. So it will be a very powerful healing experience. It will be a little bit different from one-on-one work because it will be a group experience, but it still will be very powerful for you. So you will receive support on the calls, and also there will be a private Facebook group created just for the program. Okay, so if you follow me, you know I have a private Facebook group for those who would like to learn how to become the healers of their lives. But this is private. Only those who purchase the program will be in this group, so you can ask your intimate questions there and be supported. Okay? So you're probably also wondering, how do you heal your trauma in this program? Okay, trauma is something you normally work with someone one-on-one. It's pretty intimate, right? But I have created a way for you to heal your trauma as well. So you've got two options. Number one, you can purchase the program in full, pay in full, and then you will receive a special bonus. So the bonus is valued, actually, that's a typo. It's actually valued at $400. Okay, so it's a group healing. It depends on how many people will be a part of it, but it will be at least 75 minutes. It will be using my powerful energy work. It will also be sharing my clairvoyant visions. I am clairvoyant. I will see visions throughout, which give me an idea of what you need to heal. And then you have another option as well. So if you would like to have one-on-one support, then you can decide to upgrade. Okay, so if you upgrade, you will receive the program, Detox for Joy, the Fertility Edition, and you will get one-on-one support with me, working with me for 6 sessions. You will have a deep healing session, so that will be at least a 2-hour session. I will hold space for you. I will give you emotional support. I will allow you to relax and receive for a full hour. And then I will share my clairvoyant medium reading with you. Okay, so this is to empower you, to inspire you, to give you specific recommended action steps. Okay, so in those sessions, you can decide what you want to focus on. If there is something specific, you know, from your childhood you want to address and heal, we can focus on that. Okay, if you want to focus on healing your relationship with your mother so that you can feel confident in your ability to be a mother, we can focus on that. Okay, it's completely up to you, but you will be supported. But because of the nature of this, I am limiting it. So I'm limiting that only to the first 7 ladies. Okay, so if you know you want some one-on-one support, of course, there will be support during the program. You can ask questions on the live calls. You can also ask in the group. But if you know you've got some personal things you don't really want to have out in the open for everybody to hear about, or maybe you just know you need specific recommended action steps, you've tried a lot already, then definitely I recommend you upgrade. Okay, so I will show you again where you can get that. But as I mentioned, right now we're on the early bird special. So this program is a labor of love, blending all of my beautiful talents as a holistic healer and also my research in holistic childbirth. So it's valued at over $2,000. It is on early bird right now through the end of the month, and that's until January 31st. And you can pay in full and receive bonuses. And so it's only going to be $777 pay in full right now for early bird. The price will go up on February 2nd, but right now I'm offering a very special discount for all of you. And also I wanted it to be affordable for the first year. After this year, the price will probably go up substantially. And I'm just super excited. I want to help as many women as possible to conceive this year, if that is your goal and intention. Okay, so you can pay in full. You will receive a bonus for that and a huge savings. And also you can pay with a payment plan. So if you wish to split up the money a little bit, if that's easier for you, still it's very affordable right now. It's only $290 per month for 3 months. Okay, so I'll space it out for you. But if you decide to pay in full, you'll save $93 versus the payment plan. Okay, let's see. Oops, I think did I forget a slide? Let me just go back once. Okay, so just as a reminder, If you decide to pay in full, again, there's a little typo. This should be valued at $400. But if you decide to pay in full, then you get the group trauma healing with the clairvoyant visions. Okay, the date will be announced a little bit later, but you will receive that a $400 value. Okay, it's priceless to heal your trauma. And that is one option. So you can pay in full and receive that. Otherwise, you can upgrade and then you can have one-on-one support with me. And as a little incentive, if you are interested and if you're like, yes, I want to go ahead and get this. This is what I need for this year. I want to overcome my health conditions. I want to learn what I need to learn to conceive, to be prepared. Then I definitely recommend that you sign up right away. I have a special if you decide to purchase today or through Monday. That is a special bonus I'm offering you. And so that will give you another bonus valued at $111. So I love to reward those who show up live. I love to reward those who registered, those who are taking the time out to prioritize this. So again, if you purchase by Monday, you'll get another bonus valued at $111. And that is to send you distant healing to help you to release your self-limiting beliefs. Maybe you believe you will never get well. Maybe you've had chronic conditions for a while and you're like, I want to do this program. I want to be like Christy. I want to overcome my health conditions, but kind of in the back of my head, I don't believe it's true. I don't think it can happen. I will send you distant healing to release that negative belief, that self-limiting belief, so that you can believe it to receive it, okay? Or whatever other intention you have. Maybe, again, you don't believe you can conceive since you've been trying for months, and now your doctor is recommending IVF. I can help you to release that thought, okay? So it doesn't matter what you wish for this distant healing blast, I will take your intention in and send it to you, okay? Only for those who purchase by Monday, value of $111. Okay, so lastly, just to sum it all up, because there's lots going on here, if you decide to pay in full and you purchase by Monday the 16th, you will receive over $1,000 in bonuses. Yes, let me say that again. Over $1,000 in bonuses. Okay, what a great way to start the year, going for your greatest desire, and to receive $1,000 in bonuses. So what is that again? You will receive the bonus for purchasing by Monday, the 16th, $111 value. You will receive the pay in full bonus of a group trauma healing valued at $400. And I haven't mentioned yet, but no matter if you pay in full or if you purchase at any time, then you will receive bonuses valued at over $500 with the guest teachers. Okay, so that will be, again, learning about Pilates, learning about fertility yoga, learning how to attract love, how to balance yourself emotionally and physically, and so much more, okay? So definitely check out the page to learn about all the amazing guest teachers. So anytime you purchase, you will receive that no matter what, no matter if it's next month, no matter if it's the day before it starts, you still will receive those bonuses. But if you pay in full, you will receive over $500 in bonuses with the guest teachers, the distant healing blast, and also the trauma group healing session. Okay, and if you decide to pay in full, you will still receive over $600 in bonuses. So that will be, again, all the guest teachers and the distant healing blast valued at $111. Okay, so now it's time. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear your questions. I'll also show you the website so you can take a look and see if you have any questions. But again, if anything is more personal and you wish to ask me in person, you can always email me. So go to Christy, which is spelled differently, KHRISTEE at thedancingcurtain.com, or you can go to the sales page, www.thedancingcurtain.com, www.thedancingcurtain.com/detoxforjoy/fertility. Okay, one more time, I'll give that to you right now. And I'll show you the page, www.thedancingcurtain.com/detoxforjoy/fertility. Okay, so now I'm going to open up for questions. If anybody has questions, don't be shy. This is your time. And if not, no worries. But I will also share the, oops. Okay, hold on, I thought. Technical issues. I'll also share the page with you so that you can see what the sales page looks like and what I offer. Okay, sorry, I'm new to all this. So share screen, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, everyone, so here we go. So here is the page. If you look it up, this is what it's going to look like. Again, the program starts in February 15th. Goes until April 5th. So February 15th through April 5th, 8 weeks. Okay, make your greatest wish come true in 2023 to be a healthy mom with a healthy baby. Who this program is for, like I mentioned, those who wish to conceive a child, overcome chronic health conditions, interested in healing naturally, or mindful, spiritual, open-minded, interested in healing in a group. Okay. And a little bit about why we need to detox. A little bit about what the program includes. Okay, again, this is 8 weeks live on Zoom. Sessions are 60 minutes to 90 minutes. It does depend on if you are asking questions, and certain trainings will be longer, such as the group healing. And this is everything week by week, what to anticipate. Week 1, week 2, week 3. Okay, all the different ways to detox. I'll be giving you my detox plan. Be doing the group healing, learning to use other tools, meditation, journaling to relieve stress, and your commitment to success. So it's going to be Wednesdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Early bird on right now, as I mentioned, through the end of the month. Again, this program is valued at $2,000, so the price will be going up after the first, and the price will be higher next year. So definitely recommend that you sign up this year if this interests you. Again, this is information about the bonus. If you decide to pay in full, you receive a bonus. If you decide to do the payment plan, it is $290 per month for 3 months. For the early bird, again, after the first, price will go up. This is information about working with me one-on-one, only taking the first 7 women only. Okay, so also to let you know, at the end of this year, I will be focusing more on getting my book finished so it can be seen by the world. So I will be probably stopping the healing sessions at some point at the end of the year. So if you know that you want to work with me at some point, if you know this is the year, you've just been pushing it off, then I recommend that you sign up sooner rather than later, because I will be blocking my calendar for this course and for the first 7 women. Of course, I am already working with women. So at a certain point, I will be booked, and then I will only be seeing ladies until a certain time. I'm not exactly sure, maybe the summer. And then I will be no longer working one-on-one with clients until the book is completed. Okay, information about me. And these are our guest teachers, okay? Again, value over $500. We've got some amazing ladies offering amazing services. Some of them will be live with us, such as Catherine will be teaching us about fertility massage live on Zoom. And Marisa will also be doing live Zoom training on fertility yoga and restorative yoga. And we have Lauren, who is offering very generous to partake in her Pilates that is available online. You can sample several classes of hers. And Meg, she has given us a beautiful video to restore your nervous system. And Missy is going to be teaching you how to connect your heart to attract to love, to prepare yourself mentally and physically to attract your love. Okay, so that is the program, everyone. So definitely check it out. I'm only offering this once a year. Okay, only once a year. And so this will be it for this year. And then I will decide if I will do my Detox for Joy and Detox for Joy, the fertility edition every year, or one or the other, or if I'll bring in another program. Okay, so definitely wanted to let you know this will be only offered at this point, and then not until next year. So again, I will, stop sharing my screen now. Okay, so I'll look to see if there are any questions. I don't see any questions, so I will leave you with that. But again, check out the website to see if you have any other questions, www.thedance-curtain.com/detoxforjoy/fertility. Okay, you can email me at Christy, KHRISTEE, at thedancingcurtain.com if you have any questions. And again, just click on the sales page and then you can sign up if you wish to take advantage of the early bird special. I'll be updating the website as time goes on and the early bird goes off, so it will be changing on the website. Okay, so hopefully this was educational. You learned something new. Hopefully you will share some of the information with others, and also let anyone know who you know wishes to conceive about this offer. Okay, I want to help to empower as many women around the world as possible. There are a lot of myths, and that is what I'm going to be busting in my book series. But until then, I want to bust it through these programs. And let's just talk about one that is very common, and a lot of people say that you need to conceive by a certain age. Okay, baloney. So a lot of people say it must be before 35, otherwise it's too late. Otherwise, you're putting the baby at risk, yourself at risk, you're considered high risk. Okay, if you know me, you know that I'm not a big label person. In fact, I really like to give you an understanding and try not to use labels. But in certain times, I do use labels just so we have the same understanding of what we're talking about. But this is absolutely untrue. If you are healthy, you can conceive as long as you're on your period. Okay? There are women who can conceive in their 50s. It is even possible to conceive if you are 60. Okay? It just depends on your health and if you're still getting your period. Okay, if you're not getting your period, then of course it's more difficult to get your period back, to regain your health. Okay, sometimes it's too late after a while. So it is important to be proactive, to work on overcoming your chronic conditions, to heal yourself, mind, body, and spirit, to detox mind, body, and spirit. And you can do that with the proper tools. You can do that. So don't listen to anyone say that, oh, you're in your 40s, you shouldn't be trying. Yeah, that's too late. You're going to be an old mom and you're going to be not able to do it. It takes a lot more energy as you get older. Not true. You can get yourself feeling energized and you can feel better at any age once you really start taking care of yourself, listening to your body, and detoxing daily. Okay? Excuse me, my nose is a little runny. So hopefully you enjoyed this webinar today. It was my pleasure to teach you. I will be offering more free webinars as the year goes on. This was fun for me. And I will keep on teaching you bits and pieces of what I have learned from my research, interviewing over 70 moms around the world, and also many childbirth experts. Okay, what I have uncovered is amazing, and it will empower you because it will be busting myths. So much of what we have heard is just the story going around, but with the not correct understanding. So now it's time to get clear, get empowered, feel great, and have the life that you wish. Okay, so thank you so much for joining live. I don't see any questions, but please send me a private message if you have any questions. And please share this video. I will be posting it on YouTube so other people can watch it later. Okay, so definitely watch the replay. If you're watching the replay and it isn't Monday, the end of the day, on the 16th, you can still get your bonuses and your early bird special. Okay, but I am wishing you so much love, so much joy, so much great health this year. I do hope that you conceive your baby this year. I hope that I can be your guide to support you. I hope that you will walk with me on the journey to overcome your chronic conditions and know it is possible to get better, no matter what your past was, and also to allow yourself to be supported by a community. So that's what's so beautiful about this program, is that you are supported by a community, okay? Community of women who have your back, high vibe community. I always keep my communities high vibe. And you have my support as a spiritual teacher, as a holistic healer, as a researcher, and as a clairvoyant and medium. Okay, so thanks again, ladies, for taking the time to join me live. Thanks so much for watching the replay, and I wish you a good day, and hopefully we will connect again soon. Bye for now.